Good afternoon, beautiful YouTubers. Today I'm going to show you how I solved a fuel delivery problem on this cheap Chinese diesel heater. I was initially given this heater from a friend. It didn't work. Obviously it had a fuel issue problem. So what I did to solve this problem is, with the help of another YouTube channel, John MCK47, I figured out some potential issues with the fuel delivery system and I managed to get it working reasonably quick. Probably only took me an hour or two with the researching and to get this thing working. So shout out to John MCK47. He's got about 20 videos. They're all about Chinese diesel heaters. So very good channel if you have problems or you want to check out and know a little bit more about diesel heaters. There's not a whole lot to these little diesel heaters. Basically got your fuel tank, you got your pump there, and this is the burner, the burn chamber, a fan that will blow heat across and pump out the hot air. You've got like a exhaust and intake pipe underneath there and a control panel, so pretty simple. Yeah, not a whole lot to them, but with this pump it's almost like a little ram pump. There's a piston that will sort of drive in and out, and it only pushes out like 0.2 of a mil at a time. Each time the pump pulses, you get just a small little injection of fuel that will keep pushing through into the burner. So with the help of John's channel, I realised that if these aren't pushed in, these small lines basically got to get pushed right into the end of the fuel pump. So basically you don't want to get any air, any spots where air can get into the system. Small little bits of air is fine, but if you get too bigger air bubbles in the system, then every time that this will pump, the air will compress and take up that initial volume of fuel. So basically how John explained it is, this is the outlet tube that goes into the burner, this is the tube that comes out of the pump, this is, say, your pump there, and this is the black tube that the two connections join into. If you don't push this pipe all the way, you want this pipe to go as close to the pump as you possibly can. If you don't, then air pocket can potentially form in between the two pipes here. So basically with that air bubble, any potential pressure that this pump puts in through the system gets absorbed by the bubble, and that would potentially force less fuel into the burner. So yeah, what I done is make sure those are pushed right in on the pump side, and also the hose that runs up into the burner itself. It is also recommended not to use the flexi hoses on these pumps as well. On the inlet side it's not too bad, but if you have a larger diameter flexible hose on the outlet side, a lot of the pump's pressure can get absorbed by the flex in the hose. So with this line here it's okay, but if you have a pump with issues and you've got one of these larger diameter flexible hoses, then that may potentially be the issue. But with this one's fine. This has got the smaller diameter, harder hose. So with the both hoses pushed in nicely. I was happy with that. I started to prime this pump, and while the pump was priming, I was watching to see what was happening. I did notice that fuel still wasn't getting through the outlet hose, so I thought I may have had an airlock in this pump here. So what I did is I took the hose off the burner side, and then while this pump was priming, I sucked on this hose here, basically drawing the fuel up into the pump. Once the fuel was in the pump, then it started working fine, started pushing out fuel every pump. So I think that I may have had an airlock in this pump here, what was stopping the fuel from flowing through. So once that was pumping, I was pretty confident that the problem was solved. So I'll put it all back together, started it up, and sure enough, it worked. If you liked this video and it helped you out, give us a thumbs up. Consider subscribing. It really helps me out, helps this channel grow, and I appreciate it, guys.